What's going on, baseball fans? How you doing? Welcome to episode 11 of MLB Hot Takes. We're going to talk Vlad Jr., Shohei Ohtani, Salvador Perez, Fernando Tatis Jr., Juan Soto, Justin Verlander, and much more. Let's get to it. And what's going on, baseball fans? How are we doing? Hello. A lot of familiar faces in the chat. What is going on, everyone? Welcome to episode 11 of MLB Hot Takes. We officially reached double digits last week, episode 10. Can we get to 20? The hot takes have just been so good every week. You guys keep submitting so many good hot takes, and you guys just keep on coming out to watch the hot takes. So, happy to have episode number 11 with you all. Hope everyone had a good Thursday today. Hope everyone is ready for the weekend coming up. Hey, down the stretch we go. Playoff baseball is on the horizon, but that doesn't mean we stop the hot takes. They just keep on coming in. A lot of you guys submitted a lot of good ones this week. It was a little hard to pick. I think we had over 90 hot takes submitted this week. So I posted that this morning, and the fact that you guys, almost 100 of them submitted when I posted it at, 10 o'clock this morning, something like that. You guys are awesome. But yeah, it was very tough to pick them this week. I have 10 of them that I'm going to go over, so let's see what you guys got to think about them. But before I do get started, if you can, hit that subscribe button for me. Please, please, please. I know all the YouTubers like to say it, but hit the like button, hit the bell button, hit the share button, hit all the buttons. But if you can, definitely hit that bell button. It's going to get you notified of all the times I go live. I've been noticing lately that I'm not seeing the notifications being sent out for whenever I go live. Sometimes I get a notification and sometimes I don't, and I have it set up to where I can see if I go live, or I have my notifications set up. So, and I've been noticing I haven't been seeing notifications lately. So everyone, if you can, do get those notifications turned on. I'm not sure why YouTube is not sending out those notifications. If they are sending them out to you, then great, but just make sure you have them turned on. So everyone, let's get to it here. So we got 10 hot takes to talk about tonight. They're good ones. So let's start off hot. Let's start off with the very first one. Coming in from Samster Gunsmoke, Vlad Jr. achieves the Triple Crown, and we get co-MVPs for the second time in MLB history. So this is actually a pretty fun one. And I feel like a lot of people right now, they're going back and forth. Does Vlad Jr. deserve the Triple Crown? Does Shohei Ohtani deserve the Triple Crown? Well, let's look at some history a little bit. We have had co-MVPs one time before. So let's go take a look at those really quick. So this came back in, what year was this? I forget what year. So this article was 2017, so 38 years ago, so 40 years. So what is that? Man, I can't. What year was this? This was 1970 something. I can't remember the exact year, but we have had MV. Oh, how could I forget? I forgot to put on the music for you guys. Man, oh man, I'm always forgetting the music. So let me get this music turned on for you really quick. But yeah, co-MVPs. I think that would be really interesting. If you know what? I don't think it's completely out of the realm of possibility. Here we go. Let's get this music turned on. Alrighty, come on, play for me, play for me. There we go. Music's on. All right, let's get back to it. Alrighty, so we had co-MVPs before. We had Willie Stargell and Keith Hernandez. So Keith Hernandez, again, I can't remember what year. What year was this? Keith Hernandez MVP. So that was, what year was this? 1979. So I knew it was in the 1970s, but he shared it with Willie Stargell. But Keith Hernandez had a really good year that year. Hit 344. This was a time where, these guys, some of these guys weren't hitting, all these home runs. He only had 11 home runs, but he had 105 RBIs. Ended up getting the MVP. But then if we go take a look here at Willie Stargell, again, he shared the MVP honors in 1979 as well. While he had way more home runs, but if we were to take actually a look, let me pull up Keith Hernandez. Let me pull up his stats. We'll kind of go back and forth on why they ended up sharing the MVP that year. Again, the only time in history in Major League Baseball. So if we're looking at Keith Hernandez, again, the guy had a monster batting average that year, a 344 batting average. But where Willie Stargell was good was he had the power. If we take a look at his power numbers, 32 home runs, 82 RBIs that year. He had a 352 on base. Keith Hernandez in 1979 had a 417 on base, so very good. Overall, he had a 930 OPS, where Stargell had a 904 OPS. But Willie Stargell, the difference with him is he had a lot of clutch hits, where Keith Hernandez wasn't really on too much of a winning team that year, where Stargell, they were in a playoff race with the Pittsburgh Pirates, so he had a lot of clutch hits and down the stretch there, competing for a playoff spot. So he kind of won the hearts of the voters because he came up big a lot, but he also had really good numbers as well. He ended up finishing in a dead tie for MVP. But now the question is, could we possibly see co-MVPs in the American League? So if we're going to go take a look at the American League stats as of right now. So Shohei Ohtani as of right now, actually, let me pull up Baseball Reference. I've said this to you guys many times where I feel like Baseball Reference, they tend to have, in my opinion, the way they kind of look at their stats, it's a little more realistic when it comes to the terms of voting, where Fangraphs uses a lot of expected numbers and whatnot. So if we're to actually take a look at the WAR for here, so let's go to AL batting leaders. Here we go. Why is my music not playing? This music's going really quiet on me. Here we go. So if we take a look at the wins above replacement in the American League, so as of right now, so Shohei Ohtani has a 7.9. Very interesting. I actually saw this, another hot take where, some people are actually thinking maybe Marcus Semien is more of an MVP candidate than a Vlad Jr. Very interesting. Where you see the difference here, where right here, Marcus Semien has a 6.4 WAR, where Vlad Guerrero has a 5.7 on Baseball Reference. But if you take a look at Fangraphs, Vlad Jr. has a 6.2, where Marcus Semien has a 6.1. So again, Fangraphs and Baseball Reference, they differ when it comes to the WAR. So Vlad Jr., the guy's having a monster season, hitting 320. He's got a 411 on base, a 605 slugging, 41 home runs, 99 RBIs. Vlad Jr. while Marcus Semien's having a very good offensive season, Marcus Semien's also providing the defense, and that's what's kind of helping him pick up the pace with Vlad Jr., where Vlad Jr., he's definitely outclassing him offensively. He has more home runs, he has more RBIs, he has a better batting average, a better on base, and a better slugging, but Marcus Semien's providing that defense, where Vlad Jr., first base, not really too much of a, I guess what you would call a premium defensive position, where Marcus Semien's playing some more important positions out in the infield. So the question is, let's say it ended up coming down to Vlad Jr. and Shohei Ohtani. I think right now, a lot of people look at Shohei Ohtani as the guy for the MVP in the American League. So could you end up maybe having a Vlad Jr. where Vlad Jr., I mean, if you look at Ohtani's stats, this guy's stats are just off the charts. I mean, take a look at him. He leads in home runs as of right now. If we take a look at, I mean, again, Vlad Jr. has the better batting average. He has the better on base. But Shohei Ohtani has a slightly better slugging, but where Ohtani is picking up the pace with the Vlad Jr. is the pitching. But then again, Vlad Jr. is also in a playoff race right now. So actually, I want to go take a look at the numbers in September so far. So this is key for me. Let's go take a look at what are these guys doing in the month of September so far. Marcus Semion's having a crazy month right now. But Vlad Jr. is having himself a really good month as well. Hitting 448 this month, has a 500 on base, a 655 slugging. So where Marcus Semien, he's got a 1.074 slugging. That's out of this world, man. But Jackson, hello, my friend. Welcome. But yeah, Vlad Jr., I definitely think you could see him get a lot of MVP votes. I definitely think Shohei Ohtani, as of right now, I think he's the favorite for the MVP just because this guy's been doing it all. He's kind of been the story player this season, but Vlad Jr., you got to give him a lot of credit as well because the offensive numbers are off the charts and he's hitting really well down the stretch. So could we maybe see a tie for the American League MVP? I want to know what you guys think down below in the chat. Tell me what you think. Do you think Shohei Ohtani and Vlad Jr. could be co-MVPs in the American League? I would love to know what you all think. If you're not here for the live stream, let me know down below in the comments. Do you think it's possible we could see co-MVPs in the American League? Let me know. Give me a thumbs up in the chat if you think so. Give me a thumbs down. Let me know what you guys think. Oh my goodness. Giraffe Neck Mark is in the building. He is here in the flesh. Welcome. Let's see. Jackson, so you're thinking Ohtani's going to win it. I think a lot of people are thinking right now that it's going to be Ohtani's award. You can't deny what Vlad Jr. is doing. Absolutely. So we got Theorpo. He's thinking Shohei. So let's see. Come on, everyone. Let's get these thumbs ups and thumbs downs here. We got Jacob with a thumbs down. He doesn't think so. So it looks like so far the few of you that have responded are saying Shohei is probably going to win this award. Let's see what everyone else thinks. Give me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs down. Do you think that we could have a tie for the MVP? Thumbs up or thumbs down? Let me know. Ethan, I'm thinking that's a thumbs up. I'm not really sure. I think, yes, that's a thumbs up. Frosty, I agree. I think it would be cool. if you could have co-MVPs because they're both contributing in their own way. Where Shohei Ohtani is clearly, in my opinion, the most amazing player this year. In my personal opinion, this guy's hitting more than 40 home runs and pitching lights out on the mound. I mean, when was the last time we saw that? Babe Ruth. So, but then Vlad Jr., the guy's he's just so good with the bat. So he's just been so good all year. Jacob, I think Vlad should get it. I'm on the fence of a person on it. Yeah, it's very interesting with the MVP because, for a while there, you would always see a guy that was on a contending team was the guy that would end up getting it. But nowadays, it's like, like someone like Mike Trout, where his team's not making the playoffs. The guy just puts up just stupid numbers, and it's like, how could you not give it to him? So, Andrew Robbins, if it happens any year, it's this one. I mean, I agree with you. I think this year, if there's any, absolutely. I mean, they both got a case. So, Ty McCann with a thumbs up. Yeah, Don, I mean, I think I agree with you as well. I think a lot of people think it's a no-brainer. Some people think it's a no-brainer that Shohei will win, but then I've seen some people say it's a no-brainer Vlad should win. So, very interesting. But let's see. Alrighty. Ethan, I am new and have been watching for about a week. I just subscribed. Can't wait for what comes. Hey, Ethan, get ready, my friend. Get the popcorn ready. Get the Dr. Pepper ready. Whatever beverage you like to drink. And we got a lot of baseball coming up. We got playoff baseball. We got the off season right after playoff baseball. So we're gonna be staying hot even after the playoffs are over. So, but yeah, be on the lookout for a Patreon eventually. Nothing is going to change on the channel content-wise and live stream-wise, but any extra content, I will have a Patreon eventually, and so that would even be more content. So, but yeah. All right, everyone. Let's get to our next hot take. So, let's take a look-see. Hot take number 2 for the night. Salvador Perez. Since we're talking about Shohei Ohtani, JD Sports Zone, he's thinking Salvador Perez tops Shohei in homers. Salvador Perez has been going off lately with home runs. I feel like this guy's hitting a home run almost every single game. Let's go pull up the home run leaders as of right now. So if we were to take a look at the home run leaders, Shohei Ohtani, as of right now, Shohei Ohtani has 43 home runs. I don't think this is counting tonight. I haven't taken a look at the scores tonight. I don't think either of them have hit a home run. I haven't seen any notifications. But Salvador Perez, I mean, what in the world? What has this guy been eating? Well, I mean, what's been in this guy's cereal every single morning? This guy's been eating creatine and protein shakes for breakfast every single morning because this dude is just going off of the home runs. I believe he is one behind for the catcher single season record. I think Javi Lopez had that with 43, I believe. Or was it Johnny Bench? Oh, so yeah, Johnny Bench had 45. I apologize, got that wrong. But definitely most recently, it has been Javi Lopez in 2003. So, but the record is 45. So it was 38 as a catcher. So why are they putting this here? Bench has a strong case as the greatest catcher of all time. Bench set a home run record that stood tall. He also remains the only catcher. So why is he on here then? 40. So he had, I guess that year he had 38 playing as a catcher. Then he had 7 more not playing as a catcher. Well, Salvador Perez, he's okay, whatever. I guess it doesn't matter. Salvador Perez has also been DHing, so, but either way, playing as a catcher. So Johnny Bench has the record with 45. Javi Lopez was really Javi Lopez in 2003 was so good. I remember when the Red Sox got Javi Lopez. I thought that was pretty cool. They ended up not really doing all that much. But Salvador Perez is closing in. He's 3 away from Johnny Bench. But could he finish with the record or with the lead for home runs this year? That's going to be out of this world. This guy's been just going crazy. I want to take a look here. Since the beginning of August, let's take a look at Salvador Perez. He has the most home runs since the beginning of August, 16 home runs. During that time, he's hit 271, a 347 on base. 38 RBIs. This guy's been killing it, man. Absolutely killing it. Hey, got to give a lot of respect to Salvador Perez. This is a guy that missed a lot of time recently, and for him to come back and just hit bombs left and right, it's like pretty crazy to see. I don't think anyone really saw this one coming for Salvador Perez, but what an offensive season he's been having. So, what do you guys think? Do you think Salvador Perez could finish with the home run lead this season? Could he be the home run king in 2021? Let me know what you guys think. Give me a thumbs up or give me a thumbs down as well. Let me know, who do you think is going to end up winning? Who's going to be the home run champion this year? Do you think it's going to be Shohei Ohtani? Do you think it's going to be Salvador Perez? Who else? What do you guys think? Let me know in the chat. Jackson's thinking Salvy's going to get to 50. Nicholas, welcome, my friend. Hello. Man, Zafitas Gaming thinking 55 plus home runs for Salvador Perez. Crazy. Yankees 286 absolutely agrees. Gotta love it. Johan, he's thinking thumbs up. Salvy's going to be the home run champ this year. Man, oh man. Who would have thought, man? Salvador Perez hitting this many bombs. Are you kidding me? Nicholas thinking definitely Salvi could get to 50. We could have a few guys get to 50. If we take a look like I just showed you here, Ohtani is 43. Vlad has 41. Salvador Perez is 42. When was the last time we had multiple 50 home run hitters in the major leagues? Multiple. I feel like there has not been many seasons where I feel like we've had one, where we've had at least one, here and there, but like multiple, I don't think we've seen that. I could be wrong. But, yeah, Ty McCann. Salvy's been eating those Wheaties. Absolutely been eating these Wheaties. What else has he been eating? I want to know what he's eating. Ohtani gets to 50, says Dawn. I definitely think that's possible as well. So, yeah, that's right. Judge and Stanton both had 50 in 2017. Yeah, good call there. But like it's not very often you see it. Not very often you see, 50 multiple guys having 50 home runs. I mean, yeah, Nicholas, you got to go back to Sammy Sosa, Mark McGwire, like during those times, like, the late 90s, early 2000s. Since that time, and Andrew Robbins, what a great point. 40 home runs from a pitcher, over 40 home runs from a catcher. I mean, I feel like, is that a first in history? I feel like that's got to be a first. So, taking those SARMs. He's been eating those chicken parmesan sandwiches, my friend. What can you say? Alrighty, let's move on to our next hot take. It's going to be really interesting to see where Salvador Perez ends up finishing. Very happy for the guy. Love all the success he's been having this year. So, let's move on to hot take number. So that was number 2. So, could we maybe see this happen? Since we're talking about Shohei Ohtani, I feel like this next hot take probably not gonna happen. I feel like it's not gonna happen. I don't know. I don't think so. But could it maybe happen? Maybe, just maybe. Here we go. At some point, according to D. Wolf, in Ohtani's career, or at least in his Angels career, the Angels will trade him. Could you imagine the LA Angels trading a Shohei Ohtani? I mean, this would be absolutely wild. I mean, so let's go take a look here at Shohei Ohtani. Because I think a lot of people aren't really looking at the fact that Ohtani is actually going to be a free agent soon. If we go take a look at his contract here, let's share the screen. So Shohei Ohtani, he's getting paid. I mean, the guy's what a bargain. This has to be one of the best bargains in Major League Baseball history with the numbers that he's putting up. He's only getting paid $3 million this year. He's going to get bumped up to $5.5 million next year. Then he has 1 year of arbitration, and then he's going to be a free agent in 2024. So he's got 2 more seasons with the Angels. I mean, what's Ohtani going to do here? He just turned 27 years old. Is he going to hit the market? I mean, we'll have to wait and see. But I feel like, I don't think it's going to be out of the question if we start hearing his name. If the Angels continue to not play well, and if they continue to just be out of the playoff race, I don't think it's going to be surprising at all if you start hearing his name come up next season. I wouldn't be surprised. Probably won't get traded next season, but I could hear his name coming up. But then you got to think, if you're in 2023, and if the Angels, you got to also think here. I want to actually pull up here Fangraphs. Let's take a look at where the Angels rank in terms of their farm system. So the Angels, as of right now, they don't have a farm system, at least according to Fangraphs, that ranks very well. They rank 21st in all of Major League Baseball. That farm system's not very good. The prospects that Shohei Ohtani would bring back, it absolutely insane. Right now, the guy would bring in an absolute haul. But, he's not even going to get traded right now. But we can at least go back to one of my favorite websites. Haven't been on this website in what feels like forever. We're bringing back some trade deadline memories here. Going to go take a look at baseball trade values. Let's take a look at Ohtani. As of right now, it's pretty much impossible to trade an Ohtani. I don't see how... I don't think he's even going to come close to being traded this offseason. I don't think that's going to happen. Definitely will happen by the next trade deadline. But, as of right now, he has a 170 value. That's incredibly high. That's just stupid high. But, over the next couple of years, I would imagine this is going to get a little lower. This is very high because obviously he's very good and he doesn't cost a lot of money and he's under a lot of control. So, but then, let's say after... 2022, you go into his final season in his contract. If the Angels, at that point, who knows where their farm system is going to be at that point. If they're not doing all that well, look what happened with Mookie Betts. Look what happened with Francisco Lindor. You could have the same fate if an Ohtani is going into the last year of his deal. I mean, and if you're the Angels, I mean, I would imagine Ohtani's going to want to hit the market. I mean, especially if he's still pitching and hitting at the level he's at. This dude could be, imagine what Ohtani does next year. Let's say Ohtani does the same thing next year. Let's say he's even better next year. Let's say he stays healthy. Oh my God. It would be nuts. If Ohtani next year does the same thing that he's been doing this year, this dude is going to get a huge contract. Like, could Shohei Ohtani maybe be the first $500 million player in Major League Baseball? If he play, I mean, I think he needs to prove that he can stay healthy. I also wonder if teams would really want to go like a record contract like that for someone like an Ohtani, where, you know, he's pitching, he's, you know, hitting, you know, he's more prone to breaking down. So I don't know if teams are going to want to go that route with him. It's going to be really interesting to see how teams approach a Shohei Ohtani free agency. But the question is could he get traded? You know, if Ohtani is still performing at the level that he's at now, and let's say, you know, next year, you get through next year, but then you're in the last year of his deal. I mean, the package that you would get back for a Shohei Ohtani, I feel like if you're the Angels, you know, I would imagine the Angels are going to approach him about an extension. But what if he's not interested in that extension? What if he takes the Mookie Betts route where, hey, Mookie Betts, he wanted to test free agency and then ended up signing an extension with the Dodgers when he got traded. But, I mean, in the end, Mookie Betts wanted to get paid. So I think Ohtani, you know, he's going to want to get paid. So very interested to see what could end up happening with an Ohtani. I mean, any team would take an Ohtani at this point. It definitely would have to be, I mean, you could, if you're Ohtani, you could go either the National League or the American League. I feel like the American League would be a better fit, just because of the designated hitter, unless the National League unless they do the universal DH. Have to wait and see. But right now, I would think Ohtani is going to be a good fit in the American League. But if you were to go to the National League, you know, he has played some outfield. He could go play some outfield. But then again, then you start to bring into question the durability factor. So Ohtani is a very interesting case. You know, I think a lot of people, they're not really thinking about Ohtani being traded at this point because it's, you know, people are just enjoying the season that he's having. But I think eventually, you know, time's a ticking. And Ohtani, the possibility of a trade, it's going to come up eventually. So have to wait and see. But let me know what you think in the chat. Do you think the Angels end up trading a Shohei Ohtani sometime in the next couple of years? Let me know what you think. What's going to happen with Shohei Ohtani? Give me a thumbs up if you think the Angels end up trading him in the next couple of years, or give me a thumbs down. Let me know what you think. Theorpo says yes. Oh, could you imagine Shohei Ohtani on the Rays? Jacob Toon, could you imagine that? Man, that'd be just stupid. Ohtani could win a Gold Glove in the outfield, no doubt in my mind. Yeah, I mean, the guy has a great arm, obviously. So, question is, you know, how would he, you know, how would his speed be out there? I mean, the speed's been very good, but how could he be when it comes to like running routes and everything? I think he'd be fine. So, yeah, Nicholas, I agree. Nicky Lopez, underrated. Agaskate, no, but I don't think they re-sign him. Ugh, that'd be awful. Could you imagine they don't even trade him and they end up not re-signing him? So, Jackson thinking a no. Yankees 286, a no. No shot. He gets traded. Cody Smith with a thumbs down. Yeah, worst nightmare. Unbelievable. Yeah, we're going to have to wait and see what ends up happening with Ohtani in the next couple of years. But I think we can all agree we've been enjoying the season that he's having now. So, alrighty, let's move on to our next hot take. So we've already gotten through 1, 2, and 3. Let's kind of, shift gears a little bit. Let's stay in the American League. And you know what? I saw this and, hey, maybe a little bit of giraffe neck Robbie on my end. But when I see a Red Sox hot take, I can't resist. I really can't. But this guy basically won the game last night for the Red Sox. Did it with his bat. Did it with his arm. and that is Hunter Renfroe. Here's the hot take from Ryan Cataretti. I think I'm saying that right. Hunter Renfroe is more valuable to the Sox than JD Martinez, and the Sox are probably hoping JD opts out. Now, again, the reason I want to, take a look at this is because Hunter Renfroe, I feel like this is a guy that's been kind of flying under the radar right now. And actually, Hunter Renfroe made some news today, talking a little bit about COVID and all that. Very interesting. If you haven't read it, just go Google Hunter Renfroe. I'm going to stick to the stats right now. But let's go take a look at Hunter Renfroe. Let's take a look at his numbers. Where are the numbers? Here we go. Let's go here. Alrighty. So Hunter Renfroe, let's take a look at the numbers. This is a guy, and I really ate my own words. When we signed Hunter Renfroe last offseason, I was thinking, hey, it's a good platoon bat. It's a good, I don't hate the signing of our Hunter Renfroe, but I didn't think this was a guy that was going to be, a game changer kind of a guy. And man, I was wrong. And I'm glad I was wrong. Hunter Renfroe has been absolutely just really good. I mean, I feel like not a lot of people are realizing how good of a season he's actually having. He's hitting 267 on the year. He's got 27 home runs. The on base could be a little bit better, but this slugging of a 515 is really good. Has 85 RBIs. If we were to actually go take a look here, since August, I feel like this is a guy that probably ranks somewhere up here. Here we go. Hunter Renfroe. Since the beginning of August, he is 6 in home runs. He has 12 home runs since the beginning of August. Actually, if we go take a look at wins above replacement, Hunter Renfroe, as of right now, he's 24th in WAR since the beginning of August. This guy has just been nuts. If we're to take a look here, again, since the beginning of August, he has 12 home runs. He has 29 RBIs. He's hitting 302, a 347 on base, a 690 slugging. Also, the guy's ISO percentage is really good. He's 3rd in ISO percentage, which means basically just how many extra base hits that he's getting. He's just been absolutely out of his mind. And, I mean, what else can you say about Hunter Renfroe? And actually, it's funny, now that I start talking about Hunter Renfroe, I'm seeing all these stories about Hunter Renfroe popping up. I mean, why not? We might as well just go talk about it since we're talking about Hunter Renfroe. I'm not going to get too deep into it, but very interesting here. Hunter Renfroe says team was told to stop COVID testing because the Red Sox had an outbreak of COVID and everyone was testing positive. And man, oh man, but the Red Sox are coming out and saying that they're denying it. Major League Baseball is denying it. I mean, but let's be real. I mean, I don't know. I don't know how bad the outbreak actually was, but the Red Sox are losing people left and right. I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if it's true. I mean, I don't see why he would lie about it. I don't see what the reason for it is, but I don't know. Hunter Renfroe, very interesting comments here. But either way, Hunter Renfroe, again, looking at the numbers, the guy's just been phenomenal. Again, a 388 ISO percentage since the beginning of August, 12 home runs, 29 RBIs. But the question is he more valuable than a JD Martinez? Now, let's take a look. Actually, let me pull up here the Red Sox. Since the beginning of August, he has been way more valuable than JD Martinez since the beginning of August. He has a 1.3 WAR. JD Martinez has a 0.2. If you take a look at their numbers, let me pull up their numbers here. Here we go. So as of right now, JD Martinez and Hunter Renfroe on Baseball Reference are actually tied in terms of WAR. I'm not going to sit here and say JD Martinez is not valuable to this team. His bat in the middle of that order is very good. I mean, there's no denying how valuable JD Martinez is to this team. He's a solid bat in the middle of the order. He's hitting 286 this year, the 349 on base, 25 home runs. But the thing with Hunter Renfroe is this guy's been providing a lot of assists out there. If we're to actually take, can I look at the defense here? Can I pull up defense? Don't think I can look at defense stats. Can I? Can I look at team fielding? Here we go. Here we go. So, can I pull up assists? So, as of right now, how many assists does Hunter Renfroe have? He has 16 outfield assists. I mean, the guy's defense has just been so good. Man, it's like it wasn't just last night against the Rays. He's been throwing out guys left and right since the beginning of the year. So Renfroe is really bringing a presence out there defensively as well. Where JD Martinez, he's more of the DH. So in my opinion, I feel like they're kind of apples and oranges. JD Martinez, he's the designated hitter on that team. Renfroe, he's getting it done with the arm. But if you were to pick and choose, I mean, this is a tough one. If you were to pick and choose either having a Hunter Renfroe or a JD Martinez, I guess it depends on what you're looking for. For me, personally, that's a tough call. It's a really tough call because I really like having a JD Martinez as the DH. But then again, Renfroe has just really found his way, and Renfroe is also cheaper. So you can look at it at that point, but the question is, JD Martinez has the track record where Hunter Renfroe doesn't really have that track record. He has the track record of hitting home runs, but never really been much of an on-base guy. I feel like this is his best season on-base-wise. I mean, if we take a look here at his on-base percentages throughout the years, I mean, besides 2016 when he only played in 11 games, this is easily his best on-base for a season. This is easily his best batting average. So he's really figured something out coming to Boston. It's his best OPS besides that rookie seat, besides that 11-game stint in 2016. So I guess the question is, you know, what would you really want? Would you want to hang on to an outfielder who has a good arm out there? You know, where his bat really fits well into Fenway Park. But I feel like, man, I don't know. Maybe I'm a little biased towards a JD Martinez. I just love the bat. I love the professional at-bats that he brings. I love the on-base percentage. I think it's a good debate. Who would you rather have? If you were the Boston Red Sox, who would you rather have? Hunter Renfroe or JD Martinez? I want to see what you all think because I think it's a really interesting debate. Let me know. If you were the Boston Red Sox, who would you want on your team? If you could only pick one, would you want Hunter Renfroe or would you want JD Martinez? Let me know what you think. I'm actually very interested to see what you guys think, because I think it's actually a good conversation. Here we go. Crimson says JD goes home. Jackson, Hunter Renfroe in the NL, JD in the AL. Yeah, JD's bat. Obviously, he's a DH, so he fits. Johan saying JD as well. Theorpo, I don't know. It's kind of hard to pick. Kind of hard. I think if you're wanting to cut some payroll, I mean, yeah, you go with a Hunter Renfroe. Obviously, Hunter Renfroe has been a bargain. I mean, what a bargain he's been. Bryant, Renfroe, his bat fits well in the field and way better defense, of course. I mean, but he also doesn't just provide better defense. He provides defense, which is by default better than JD Martinez. So could you imagine Hunter Renfroe as the DH? You know, just having him focus on, but then again, I wouldn't want to take his arm out in the outfield, but Hunter Renfroe as a DH, I think would be really good as well. Just focus on the hitting. I mean, good grief. Ethan, tough call. Jacob says Renfroe. Phil R going with Renfroe as well because of the value. Ethan, tough call, but I say Renfroe. JD is good and is really close, but for me, Hunter Renfroe. Oh my God, Chester. I don't know, man. Here's what I'm probably going to be doing with the playoffs this year. I haven't really talked about it too much. What I'm probably going to be doing is, you know, just because of the work schedule, it was a little easier to do last year because kind of just how everything was with the pandemic and everything. It wasn't as strenuous, but this year, it's a little more stressful this year at work. I don't know if I'm going to be able to stay up all those nights. So what I'm probably going to do for the playoffs this year, I'm probably just going to be doing post games. So be on the lookout for that. I don't think I'm going to be able to do the watch alongs. I'm dying at work this year. Yeah, it's been chaotic at work this year. I just honestly don't think I'm going to have the mental focus to be able to do it. I'll definitely be able to do post game, I think. So, but yeah. Let's see. Any more? What do we got? Renfroe or JD? Mario's mustache. What a great name. JD has done it longer, and he's hotter in the friendly parks. Yeah, I mean, you can't deny the track record from a JD Martinez. So, all right, everyone, let's move on to our next hot take. So I believe we are halfway through 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh no, this one's number 5. So we're halfway through now. So let's get away from guys that are doing really well, and let's talk about a couple of guys that are kind of slumping this year. Well, one you could say is really slumping this year. The other one you could say he's slumping in different ways. But our next hot take from Matt. Bellinger and Gallo are currently the worst hitters in baseball. Man, oh man, what the heck has happened with I mean, Gallo, he has the numbers. I mean, Bellinger, the numbers are just absolutely awful. But let's go take a look here. Let's go pull these guys up. So let me pull up Cody Bellinger first, and then we can talk about Joey Gallo. Joey Gallo has provided something with the Yankees. He hasn't been just a completely lost cause, but man, that batting average is starting not to look all that good. Let's take a look. Here we go. Let's go to the Yankees. Alrighty, so yeah, let me actually start off with Joey Gallo first. So Joey Gallo, since coming over to the Yankees, in 34 games with the Yankees since the beginning of August, he has a 145 average. He only has a 310 on base. He's got a 350 slugging. The base running, he's been able to provide something. But he does have 6 home runs. He's scored 19 times. He has 13 RBIs. So he hasn't been a completely lost cause here. But man, it's pretty rough to see that, that average is so bad. On the year, he has a 198 average. He still has a 4.3 WAR. Unfortunately, while on the Yankees, he just hasn't really been getting on base. But I think with a Joey Gallo, the threat of his bat is something you can't ignore with him, because this is a guy that can just go off at any point. But you definitely would love to see this average in the 200s. I mean, it's not a good look. But let's go look at Cody Bellinger. How has he? I mean, let's take a look at the numbers. Let's see. So, since the beginning of August, I mean, this guy's been detrimental to his team. He's only hit 157 since the beginning of August, 4 home runs, 12 RBIs, a 186 on base. He has a -5 WAR. His offense has been so bad. But the defense, he's been all right defensively out there. But the offense, he's just completely off. Something is just really wrong with him. I think it's something mechanical. I think it was just also, when you miss a lot of time like he did, and with the kind of swing that he has, I feel like this is a guy, he's going to need an off season to get himself, regrouped. I don't think he's going to be able to really fully regroup this year. I think he can maybe have some moments down the stretch and in the playoffs, but I wouldn't count on him just getting hot out of nowhere. I mean, the swing, it's a big swing. It's a big looping swing with the Cody Bellinger. I think he needs to go into this offseason. He needs to get to the cages. He needs to kind of start back at the beginning, get to the fundamentals, and, kind of just get himself back to where he was. The guy, you got to remember, this guy had a broken leg. He's had some other stuff going on as well. So Cody Bellinger, he's going to need some time to really get himself back. So now the question is, are these the worst hitters? Well, I'm not going to say Gallo is the worst hitter in Major League Baseball this year. The average, obviously, is not very good. But if we were to take a look at Bellinger, where in the world does this guy rank? So, as of right now, the worst guy, I mean, if you were to take a look at just overall, when it comes to qualified players, when they have the qualified plate appearances, Eugenio Suarez has been overall that's taking account into defense. Let me just look at offense. So Kevin Newman, he has the worst offense. Let's see. Cody Bellinger, where are you at? Actually, would Bellinger be on here? I don't know if he would. How many plate appearances does Bellinger have? He has 311. So let's put 300 here. So 300 plate appearances. Offense. All right, so wow. Jackie Bradley Jr. actually has the worst offense. I mean, wow, he has been really bad. Wow. I mean, Jackie Bradley Jr. with the Brewers is basically just a defensive guy now. But yeah, Cody Bellinger has the 7th worst offensive runs above average this year among players that have at least 300 plate appearances. I mean, what in the world? I mean, really? Cody Bellinger? He has a negative 19 offensive runs above average. He's hitting 161 this year with a 235 on base, 9 home runs. And granted, it's, he missed time. I get that. But man, it's just bad. It's really bad. He's the 7th worst. I mean, he's only a little bit ahead of Andrelton Simmons, who's never really been known for his bat. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. If you look at guys that are in front of him, I mean, you got even like Alec Boehm, who's, basically, a rookie. He's got a better batting average than him. It's crazy to think that, Cody Bellinger, former MVP, is that far behind, someone like an Alec Boehm who's really struggled this year. Nick Ahmed, someone that doesn't really have a good bat, more of a glove kind of a guy. Bellinger is behind him. I mean, that's just crazy. It's crazy to think how far Bellinger has fallen. But I would have to say, I mean, I don't think the Bellinger, if you were to look at this hot take, I don't think Bellinger is really far off from being the worst hitter this year. I'm not going to say Gallo, because Gallo has provided a lot of power. He has provided on base. With the Yankees, he has struggled. But overall, Gallo's had, besides the batting average, he's got some pop. He's got some on base. Still has an OPS over 800. I could agree with Bellinger definitely being one of the worst, but Gallo, no. But let me know what you guys think. Do you think Bellinger is one of the worst bats in Major League Baseball this year? I mean, do you think there's any hope for Bellinger to turn it around this year? Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you guys think. Greg F. agrees. Bellinger, one of the worst bats in Major League Baseball this year. Wesley Chad Larks, what's going on? He agrees. Phil, not this year. Let's see. Theorpro, Belly is not a wash, but I have a feeling he'll be like this for a while. I had worries about Cody Bellinger when I first saw him come up. When I just saw that swing, I mean, of course, it's a majestic swing. But then I thought to myself, man, if he kind of gets into some bad habits, that's a guy that really could slump for a long time. And look what's happening. So, just saying. But, all right, everyone, let's get to our next hot takes. So, let's kind of shift gears once again. We've shifted gears a couple of times here with different kinds of hot takes. But we're going to go talk about some Rookie of the Year candidates. And we're going to focus mainly on one team. One team that has, one of the best farm systems in baseball. They've had one of the best farm systems in baseball for quite some time. And that's the Tampa Bay Rays. They got some Rookie of the Year candidates this year. And, I mean, it's going to be interesting to see which one of them, or if one of them ends up getting it. But could the question be, is anyone on the Rays going to be able to get a Rookie of the Year, or is it going to be which one? So, Wander Franco, again, another one from Matt. Wander Franco ends up stealing AL Rookie of the Year from his teammate, Randy Arozarena. So, this one's very interesting. So, let's go pull up here the numbers. Wander Franco has just been absolutely killing it. So, let's pull up the numbers. I mean, look at what Wander Franco's doing here. So as of right now, let's actually just look at the American League on Fangraphs with rookies. Adolis Garcia continues to have the highest WAR. But if we're looking at just offense, Randy Arozarena's been more of the offensive kind of guy. He has a better batting average. He has a way better on base. He has less home runs and less RBIs. He has a few more stolen bases. I wonder if Adolis Garcia ends up getting Rookie of the Year just because of the home runs and the RBIs. But that on base and the batting average are really killing him. Arozarena has that 130 WRC plus as well. Adolis Garcia also has good numbers in the outfield, where he's been a much better outfielder this year than a Randy Arozarena. So very interesting. They both they have their strengths and weaknesses, but could you end up giving it to a Wander Franco? This guy has just been killing it. You know, since coming, he got off to a slow start in the beginning. He had a bit of an adjustment period, but this guy, as of right now, a 282 average. He's got a 344 on base, 7 home runs, 36 RBIs. I mean, this guy's been just great. He's got a 125 WRC plus. Let's look at the numbers going back to the beginning of August, I believe. Whoa, what just happened here? What are we doing? Okay, here we go. So, September 9th. Rookie numbers. Looking at the rookie numbers. Come on, Fangraphs. You're killing me here. You are killing me. Okay, these don't want to load. Let's try doing this. So, we got the 9th. Let's go back. Oh. Are we still here? Hello. Hello, hello. We are lagging. We are still live. We are still live. Can you all hear me? Ooh, we hit a lag right there. We hit a lag. Are we good? Are we good? Are we good? All right, there we go. Okay, looks like we're back now. Sorry, everyone. I had another run-in with some lag. Okay, so, alrighty. Cool, we didn't lose a lot of people in the chat either. But taking a look here, so that's why it wasn't working, because my internet just decided to stop working. So, what is going on? Fangraphs, you are just killing me right now. Rookie, all right, whatever. I guess it's not gonna want to work. All right, so August 9th to September 9th. I don't know why it's not letting me click on the rookies. What's going on here? Whatever. But anyway, I can see it right here. So if you look at the past month, Wander Franco, in all of Major League Baseball, has the 4th highest WAR on Fangraphs, behind guys like Matt Chapman, Jose Ramirez, Marcus Semion's been going off, but Wander Franco, I'm about to sneeze, trying to hold in the sneeze here. Wander Franco, since August 9th, the last month, he's hit 337 with a 405 on base, a few home runs there, 18 RBIs. I mean, you would like for him to walk a little bit more, and yeah, you know, you'd like that ISO percentage to be up a little bit, but the guy's getting hits, he's getting on base. You gotta love it with a Wander Franco. Could he end up stealing the American League Rookie of the Year? If he balls out in the last couple of weeks here, the last few weeks, I definitely think so. I just wonder if the amount of games is going to come back to bite him. You know, I mean, he came up late, and that's not his fault. But then again, I mean, it's interesting because Arozarena, you know, it's kind of hard. Maybe I think some people might have a hard time deciding between Arozarena and an Adolis Garcia. So could you just go with a Wander Franco? Go with the number 1 prospect overall. I mean, I don't know. Maybe the voters are just going to be feeling a Wander Franco. I mean, hey, we'll have to wait and see. But let me know what you all think. Do you think Wander Franco could end up winning that Rookie of the Year in the American League? I would love to know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys think in the chat. Yes, Johan. Yes, good point there. The on base. How many times has he got on base now? It's in the 30s, right? Yeah, and he just passed Mantle. So, and that's something else to add to the resume for the Rookie of the Year. Yeah, it's 37 games. Yeah. Wander Franco, man. This guy's going to be so good. It's just stupid. So stupid. Wander Franco, it's just not even funny. Wait till he starts getting a little more power. Ugh, frightening. Absolutely frightening. Man, oh man. But pretty cool that he passed Mickey Mantle. Pretty cool. So we're getting some thumbs ups here. I definitely, Jackson, I agree. I could see it happening as well. And like I said, he's got that on base streak, so that's something that the voters are really going to pay attention to. Again, and I agree with you, Johan. It's not really so much about the total value. In this case, where Wander Franco, he's really making an impact. He hasn't played as many games as an Adolis Garcia or an Arozarena, but in the time that he's played, I mean, that offense for the Rays has just been phenomenal, and he's been a big reason for that. So, have to wait and see what ends up happening. But Wander Franco, I'm seeing some thumbs up, so I'm seeing some of you agree that he could end up winning Rookie of the Year. I definitely think it's possible, especially with the way he's been hitting, the amount of times he's just been getting on base. It's just crazy. He still has 3 more weeks of baseball left to keep building on that resume. I definitely think Wander Franco could get Rookie of the Year. But, however, there is another man on the Rays that we can't forget about. This guy on the Rays. He could be gunning for that Rookie of the Year award as well, and that is Shane McClanahan. Look at this from Ty McCann. Wander Franco is passing Randy Arozarena as the most valuable rookie on the Rays, but neither have been the rookie that was the most critical for the team's success. That belongs to Shane McClanahan. Look, we can sit here and we can talk about Arozarena and Wander Franco all we want, but we cannot deny how good Shane McClanahan has been. So let's go take a look here. If we're going to take a look at the rookies this year. All right. So how do I'm hitting? Why is this saying an error? I don't get it. Let's just do that. I want rookies. Why are you giving me an error? I'm not understanding. Ugh. All right, whatever. Let's go to the Rays. So, actually, let me do just starters. I wonder if you'll just come up that way. Can I do that? Why are we doing this? Why are we doing this? Fangraphs, you are killing me right now. I just want to look at rookies. Is that possible? Whatever. Anyway, so where does McClanahan fall? If we take a look here, he's not in the top 30 in WAR on Fangraphs, but he's not going to be here. So let me just go minimum of 10 innings pitched. McClanahan, where are you at? Okay, so he's not in the top 30 here now. Let's go. There he is. So he's number 48 overall. He has a 2.4 WAR. Again, I'm finding this really annoying that I can't just look at the rookie stats. But let's go to Tampa Bay. All right, so Tampa Bay, as of right now, I mean, McClanahan, he's been huge. Considering Tyler Glasnow went down, he has really stepped up in a big way. He's having a good year. 22 starts, a 9-5 record, a 3.59 ERA. He has a better FIP of 3.24, over 10 strikeouts per 9, walking under 3 batters per 9. Honestly, numbers not really too far off of what Glasnow was doing. Very similar walks, very similar home runs per 9. I mean, sure, McClanahan's giving up some more runs here and there, but he's been just really good. Let's go take a look here at his game log. This guy's been awesome. If we were to take a look, last start, against the Red Sox, which was yesterday, 5 innings, pitched a good game. He's had some good runs. He gave up 4 against the Red Sox last week. Baltimore, he was good. I am fighting off a sneeze like crazy right now, and it's killing me. But McClanahan's been huge for this team. If you take a look, going back to when he lost against the Yankees on July 27th, he went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-0 over his next 5 starts, and then he finally lost against the Red Sox on September 2nd. So going back to August 1st, he is 5-1.
This guy's been nuts. So I think McClanahan definitely will get some Rookie of the Year votes. You could definitely make an argument that McClanahan is more deserving than either a Wander Franco or a Randy Arozarena. I mean, I think that could be a good, if you can't decide between those guys, I think McClanahan could be a guy you could pick. Absolutely. Oh my goodness, I feel like I'm about to sneeze and it's killing me. But anyway, you got some other guys out there as well that are really gunning for it. Yeah, man, it's going to be really interesting to see who ends up getting Rookie of the Year. And let's actually go as well. We got a few other guys here. I hate that I can't click on the rookies. I don't know why Fangraphs is doing this, but I don't know, whatever. But you got some other guys out there that are going to be gunning for it. I think McClanahan definitely has a case. I think Wander Franco has a case. I think Arozarena has a case. I think Adolis Garcia even has a case. Have to wait and see. And you got Luis Garcia too. He has a case. So have to wait and see. But let me know what you guys think in the chat. Do you think McClanahan has a good case for Rookie of the Year? Give me a thumbs up in the chat. Give me a thumbs down. Let me know what you guys think. Aggie Skate. Click rookies, then submit next. Oh, was I hitting the wrong thing? Hold on. Okay. Oh, okay. I was hitting the wrong button. Oh, here we go. Let's go back to this. Thank you so much, Aggie Skate. I appreciate that. I swear I am blind as a bat and I can't see those, just the buttons. Anyway, but looking at the American League. But yeah, I mean, again, it would be tough for McClanahan to win, just because Luis Garcia has been really good for the Astros. So that's the problem there. I think it's definitely I think McClanahan has a case where he's really stepped up for the Rays, with Tyler Glasnow going down, he's really stepped up in a big way. But I think when you're just looking at the pure numbers, I think Luis Garcia has more of a case than him. So, gonna be interesting. So, Johan with a thumbs up, Aggie Skate with a thumbs up, Yankees 286 with a thumbs down. Akil, I agree with you, Chester. Hey, wouldn't mind for him to get some votes too. So, but alrighty. So let's move on to our next hot take. So we're done talking Rookie of the Year. We're going to talk some MVP in the next couple. We're going to talk some MVP. I'm going to talk a little quickly about this one. I feel like I've talked about him a lot in past hot takes, but I feel like this is a good one. I liked this one, just because I think it makes us think about what it takes to really win an MVP. So let's take a look at what this one had to say. From Greg F. Tatis Jr.'s fielding should discount him from the MVP. Negative defensive WAR and 20 errors. That is fifth in Major League Baseball. Evidence of him as a defensive liability. There's better all-around seasons from Harper, Turner, and Crawford. So good hot take here. Really like this one. Let's go take a look at the overall leaderboards. Here we go. So sharing the screen. So again, if we were to take a look, let's go to the National League so we can kind of filter out these guys. But Fernando, as of right now, he's third in wins above replacement. I wonder if Turner's going to end up getting it just because he had, he got traded. So I feel like that ends up affecting a lot of guys because he hasn't been with the Dodgers the entire time. Harper, I think, is really putting up a good case. Fernando Tatis Jr.'s offensive numbers are through the roof. 37 home runs. He's got the 86 RBIs. Harper has the better average. He has the better on base, but Fernando Tatis Jr. has the better slugging. I feel like lately, though, Fernando has been kind of slumping a little bit. Where has he been at? Let me go back. If we were to take a look at Fernando Tatis Jr., taking a look at the game log. Yeah, he's been kind of slumping a little bit. Not really a lot of hits. He went 2 for 5 there, 1 for 4. Yeah, he hasn't really been doing all that much. Had a good game on the 30th there against the Diamondbacks. Had a home run. But really, he hasn't really done too much with the bat since then. but Harper continues to stay red hot. So the question is, though, is the defense. Actually, let me go back to Fernando Tatis Jr. Let me go pull up his fielding. Let's see how he's been doing in the outfield. So that's one thing that you could take into account, is that he did move to the outfield, and I feel like generally he's been playing good out there. If you take a look at the advanced fielding, he has 0 defensive runs saved out in right field. He has a negative 1.1 UZR, but he's been better in the outfield since, or than he has been at short. If you look at the numbers at short, he was definitely a defensive liability. But since moving to the outfield, he is definitely really turning it on out there. I mean, he's not great, but he's not doing bad. So then again, I feel like you would want someone a little better out in right field at the end of the day. Like, I think he is a defensive liability, and that is something that he's going to need to address. Again, it's been better than what he's been doing at short. I don't know. They're going to have to figure something out with him. I'm not really sure what it is with him on the defense, but I don't know. I think that's a good question. I think that's a really good point with Fernando Tatis Jr. But let me know what you guys think in the chat. Do you think Fernando Tatis Jr. should just be disqualified from MVP consideration because of the defense? Tell me what you guys think down below in the chat. I'll pull up the hot take one more time. But yeah, let me know what you guys think of Greg F's hot take. I actually really like it. I like Greg F's hot take. Let's see what you guys are saying. Andrew Robbins with a no. Wesley Chad saying no. Wesley Chad still thinking he's the MVP. Alfredo Mania saying yes. Let's see here. Darton Gene Delator. No, his hitting is enough. Definitely really good. Greg F, there he is. Of course he likes it. We're getting some thumbs down from Yankees. Let's see what else you guys saying. Let's see. Nathaniel Connor still thinking he is the MVP. But alrighty, so let's see what you guys think about the next hot takes. So coming back here, we're going to stay on the MVP talk. Now, there's another guy in the National League where, this guy is, because he's not on a winning team, he's not getting a lot of attention as of right now. And that is Mr. Juan Soto. Meineke man, he says Juan Soto deserves the NL MVP. And, Juan Soto has been just absolutely killing it since the All-Star break. He has really turned it on. He joined the home run derby. He took Shohei Ohtani. He beat Shohei Ohtani in the home run derby, and this guy's just been on fire ever since then. So let's go take a look here at Juan Soto. So pulling up the numbers, let's go back here. As of right now, Juan Soto, he ranks 11th in WAR on Fangraphs. I mean, not the best defense, but the offense, he's just been killing it. In terms of offense, he ranks 6th in Major League Baseball. Look at the on base. He's got a 449 on base. He's got a 302 batting average. He's got 25 home runs, 82 RBIs. I mean, what a season he's been having. And he's missed time this year. So let's actually go back to August 1st, and let's see what he's been doing since then. Because you got to think, because he was slumping for a little while there. If you were to go back to that time, Juan Soto has been the 3rd best offensive player since then. He has over a 500 on base in 34 games since August 1st. I mean, that is absolutely wild. He's been getting on base in half of his at-bats. That's insane. Unfortunately for him, Harper has also been really good since then. Even CJ Cron has been really good since then. CJ Cron has been killing it. I had him on one of my most underrated players in a stream the other night. If you missed that, go catch it. But I feel like Juan Soto, I mean, yes, he has really picked it up since the All-Star break, but as of right now, I don't think I can agree with this one very much just because, well, I mean, I'm not taking anything away. I just feel like, you know, he has numbers that are definitely worthy of it, but I feel like Harper, he's been doing just as much. Fernando Tatis Jr., you could even say, has been doing just as much with the bat. Juan Soto is an on-base machine. That is one thing, you know, he's like a modern-day Ted Williams. This guy just gets on base. He gets hits. Really love Juan Soto. Look at the walk percentage. He's walking almost 30% of the time. That is incredible. Absolutely incredible. I love me some Juan Soto, man. Love me some Juan Soto. They better get this guy locked up. Could Juan Soto maybe be the first ever $500 million player? But let me know. I want to know what you guys think. Do you think Juan Soto should be the MVP? Give me a thumbs up in the chat. Give me a thumbs down. Let me know what you think. Phil R, 449 on base. They're scared to pitch to him. Absolutely. Juan Godo will be the first ever $500 million player. Andrew agrees. I think he could be. Absolutely. Airy with the thumbs down. Yeah, Andrew Robbins. CJ Cron's been killing it, man. And I feel like not a lot of people have been realizing that. Chester, I like it as a fun and wild pick. You know, I agree. I like some, I like spicing things up a little bit. Yankees 286, no, but a top 3. I think that's possible. Andrew Robbins with a thumbs down. Wesley Chad Larks, no, but definitely close. Alrighty. Well, I think we all can agree, though, Juan Soto is rather good. I think we can all agree. We have one more hot take for the night, everyone. One more. I'm gonna end it with a fun one before I go. And let's kind of look towards the offseason a little bit. We were talking about Shohei Ohtani earlier, and, you know, could Shohei Ohtani end up getting traded? But, you know, this one guy, we haven't seen him in a little while. He could end up maybe just maybe, it's possible, end up going back to the team that he started his career with. He spent a lot of time with this team, and that is Justin Verlander. Could Justin Verlander, according to Ari Swerdlow, Justin Verlander returns to the Tigers in free agency? I've talked about this before. I wonder if this could happen. And you know what? There's actually been some rumblings out there that maybe a Justin Verlander could return to the Tigers. So he definitely has said that he would be open to it. Let's go take a look at this article here. So as of right now, Justin Verlander says, I'd be lying if I said I didn't think about it when talking about returning to the Detroit Tigers. So, I mean, that would be, what an incredible story that would be. I think that would be really cool. Verlander, as we all know, he's been out. He had the Tommy John, but this guy was, you know, Cy Young candidate every single year. You know, going back to 2019 when he won the Cy Young, what a season he had that year. 21-6 over 223 innings. 12 strikeouts per 9. This guy was just on fire in 2019. Very good in 2018 as well. Very good with the Astros when he went over there in 2017. But with the Tigers in 2017, he was 10-8 over the 28 starts. He had a 3.82 ERA. The FIP was a 4.07. Definitely figured something out going over to the I don't want to say figured it out, but he got better going to the Astros. But I absolutely think if you were to I think the Tigers are going to be very active in free agency. That's one of my predictions for free agency this year. I think the Tigers are going to go spend some money because they got a lot of talent on that team and they're ready to compete. They got a manager and an AJ Hinch. I think they go out and get some guys. Wouldn't be surprised to see a Justin Verlander go back to the Tigers. I mean, it's definitely possible. I don't see why not. I think if the money's right, absolutely. I think really at the end of the day, it's just going to come down to money. Who's going to offer the most money for a Justin Verlander? But I mean, look at the rotation as of right now. You know, you got Boyd, you got Mize, you got Skubal, you got Peralta, Manning. I mean, you got some young pitching, a really good pitching, you know, I mean, this would be a really good rotation. If you threw a healthy Justin Verlander atop of that, I mean, then you got these young guns behind him. I mean, what a rotation that would be. I mean, I think the Tigers, look out for the Tigers next year. I think they're going to be a team to look out for in the Central. I definitely think there will be a team gunning for a wild card. I absolutely think that. But Justin Verlander, I definitely agree. I think you could see a Justin Verlander end his career with the Detroit Tigers. Let me know what you think in the chat. Do you think Justin Verlander could go back to the Detroit Tigers in free agency? Do you think he will? Let me know what you think. I want to see what you guys think. Ari Swerdlow, I agree. If you can get some, they already have a good young core already. Get some veteran guys in the mix. I mean, I think that would be great. Wesley Chad says yes, of course. Ari Swerdlow with the thumbs up. Jadel Rodriguez, yes, I believe CJ Cron is an upcoming free agent. Yes. What else you guys thinking? Andrew Robbins, he says he likes it. Yankees 286, definition of a maybe free agency is impossible to predict. It really is, because we don't know these guys' lives. We don't know their personal lives. We don't know, sure, we can look at best fits and whatnot. We can look at, what teams need. Sure, the Tigers could use a starting pitcher like a Justin Verlander. Any team could use a pitcher like a Justin Verlander. Verlander fits really well, with the Tigers, because I think the Tigers are very close to competing. But then again, I could also see the Tigers not going that route as well. So Bryant with a thumbs up. But I think we can all agree. I think it would be really cool to see Verlander go back to the Tigers. I think it's very possible you see him, stay with the Astros the last year or two. I definitely think that's possible as well. But everyone, that is all of the hot takes for tonight. I want to thank you all for coming out tonight. We'll be back with hot takes next week. I'll be back Sunday night for power rankings. Very excited for that. We didn't do power rankings this past weekend. I was out of town, so it'll be good to get back to the power rankings on Sunday. But everyone, that's all I have for tonight. I want to thank you all for coming out tonight. I think we got close to 100 people tonight. I don't know if we quite got there, but yeah, everyone, that's all I have. If anyone is new, hit the subscribe button. Before you can, hit that like button. If you haven't hit that like button for me, hit the bell notification, the share button, all the buttons. So everyone, have a good night. Have a good Friday tomorrow. Have a good weekend coming up, and I'll talk to you next time.